let's get back to Kamala Harris. She has been campaigning already, and she was on stage, and she's already doing a great job. This is her, and this is going to give us an idea of how she's going to proceed with this campaign.
I told you before I was elected vice president, before I was elected United States Senator, I was elected Attorney General of the state of California, and I was a courtroom prosecutor before then. And in those roles...
Real quick, Lana, just look at her. Does she already exude confidence? I mean, she is now thrown into the spotlight in a way that no other human being can understand. She already exudes this confidence. She already exudes clear messaging, and she knows exactly what she's saying as opposed to the guy that she's running against.
Fast.
Yeah, let's listen. Let's
I
finish
took
her
on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And in this campaign, I promise you, I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week.
Right on, Kamala. And before you comment real quick, this just gives you an idea, the contrast. So that was Kamala Harris, and she was talking about her opponent. And let's see what you would see at a Donald Trump rally.
You can do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news. Bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's who she's running against. Lana?
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I might too. All right. Good night, everybody.
That made me sick.
It should make you happy, actually. It should thrill you that is her opponent.
Physically ill.
Right. Just the image alone.
Who was that?
That's her opponent. That is Kamala Harris's.
Why was he calling his mama in that way? Or was it somebody else's mama? Was he role playing? Why was he so orange? What is that? Why was his hand so small? Can we run that again?
Do you want? Can you handle it?
Look at his hands.
It's so stupid.
That looked like when you first started playing it, it looked like his white hands were not attached to his orange, rusty kind of colored face. Like it looked like it was detached, like it was a cartoon. Like his hands were dancing in front of his body. That was very freaky.
He's a freaky dude. Ooh. And I think he's going to have a very hard time. So one of the reasons why I think that he's going to have a hard time. So we are 48 hours, right, after the announcement has been made, and there has been a whirlwind of everything that has happened. And I think it's pretty much every governor, every senator, almost numerous people in Congress instantly came out and endorsed Kamala Harris. But so we're going to, in the next few weeks, get an idea of the polling and how that shapes out. But I want to show something here really encouraging. We've talked about polls before. You know, we always throw this little thing out there. But I want to show everybody something very encouraging. So this is Real Clear Politics. And this was the polling. with the general election with Trump versus Biden. And as you can see, between 7-7 and 7-24, Donald Trump had a 3.1 percentage lead. And if you can you look at all these different polls, it's red on every single one of them, except for one of them, which had Biden up by 2. But some of these were concerning. I mean, 5-point leads. I mean, some big leads here. But just in the last couple days, we can look at the polling between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. That went from 3.5 down to just one. What does that say? 1.5. Yeah,
I can't see any of this shit. I don't know.
you can't see it.
I mean, I can't see it.
Okay. Okay.
I see some red and some blue shit and some
Maybe
kind
I
of
should
numbers.
put on my damn glasses. Okay, so now, yeah, it's 1.6% that it went down to. And if you notice, there's a couple of blues in here. There's Harris up by 2 in a Reuters poll. Harris is up by 2 in an ABC poll. So, and then some of the other ones, Trump's only up by 1 in a Fox News poll. He's only up by 1 in a Mayor's poll. And this is before Kamala Harris has even had a chance to actually actually campaign. So I just have this feeling, and the excitement for Harris, and just everybody is just so sick and tired of this whole outrageous talk and just continuous news cycle that is almost. Lana, I was talking earlier before you came on. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I was like, think about all the things that have happened politically just in the first 7 months. Donald Trump was found guilty for hundreds of millions of dollars in a New York fraud case. Mm-hmm. He was indicted. He was found guilty on those indictments. Joe Biden drops out of the political race after a debate, that he stumbled over. Just, I can't even remember all the things anymore, but there are so many things that happened in just a short period of time. There was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. That assassination attempt feels like 5 months ago at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the RNC feels like 3 weeks ago at this point. It was we just talked about it on our last show. Mm-hmm. So it just, the news cycle moves so quickly that everything is just being drowned out that happened. That's why I still think Joe Biden probably could have won had the Democrats gotten behind him from the beginning. But I will say, what the beauty of this is, Lana? This changes the whole game. They have to readjust their entire campaign where Harris does not. Harris is still going forward with the same agenda that Joe Biden was going to go forward with, except she can express it in a more clear way, and she can do it to Donald Trump in a way that Donald's not going to be able to handle very well.
And I also think that she is going to change that messaging around Gaza. She
already has.
Right. She had to do that, right? Because we need those students to come back home.
Yeah.
And vote. And it's so interesting because it's like, I think sometimes people look at it the wrong way. It's like, y'all just want our vote, because you want to get elected. And it's like, whoa, no. We want your vote because we want to help you, right? Like,
and they know that, Lana, too. That's what pisses me off.
We're not just. It's not Donald Trump who's running from the law. Like, we know exactly why he's doing what he's doing, but again, Joe Biden didn't have to do any of this. He could have been retired with Jill on a tropical island drinking mojitos or something like that. Mojitos, whatever the hell they call mojitos. He didn't have to do this, right? Nope. Like, it's just a sacrifice for these people and their families, and it's dangerous on top of that. D.A. Bragg, Letitia James, all of the Fonnie Willis, right? Like, they're not doing this like, we gotta get Trump. Like, no, we have a job to do, and we honor our jobs. This is why we do this.
Yeah.
So people got a little confused.
I forgot, by the way, that we had a SCOTUS ruling, that basically told a president that they can get away with at least
Yeah.
half of what they want to get away with. So there's just
Mm.
so many things that have happened